So, hello. Hi, everyone. So if everyone could just take their seats. Before we begin, I'm just going to give you a bit of a run through of what you can expect from the graduation ceremony today, okay? So, you do not necessarily have to wear your mask at your seat. We have socially distanced. If you would rather wear your mask, you are, of course, more than welcome to do so, whatever makes you comfortable. We will have, as you see here on your program, a number of speakers with us today before we move on to the presentation of your degree certificates. When you are called for your certificate, we kindly ask that you come up from your seat and you come up this staircase here. So even if you're seated here on the right-hand side, or left for you guys, please make sure that you get up and come up this side of the staircase, okay? You need to then come here to stand to receive your certificate. So we have a lovely photographer with us today, Priya. You can spot her in a nice blue hoodie over here. You need to look directly at Priya for your photograph. Last year we had a few students who were sort of looking here, and it was here, there, and everywhere. So you will get a classic graduation photo that you can then treasure for the rest of your life, but look at Priya to make sure it's a good photo, okay? So we kindly ask, once you're here, please stand and pause for about 3 seconds so that Priya can take the photo. Priya, will you be based round here in the center? Eyes forward, people, okay? And then you'll have a lovely photograph to remember the day. From there, you can proceed down this staircase here to return to your seat. We do kindly ask, please do not return to your seat by going down this middle aisle. Partly because, one, Priya will be taking photos there, and two, we do have our live stream running so that parents and loved ones who maybe couldn't join us today can keep watching so that everybody can see who's coming up on the stage. It would be super helpful if you did not walk down this central aisle. Instead, please come down the staircase, turn right, and then you can proceed to your seats, either through that central aisle that goes across, or if you're on this side, you can nip back into your row, okay? Second thing second, mobile phones. You're welcome, of course, to take pictures, especially if you're classmates, friends walking the stage. However, please make sure your phones are on silent. We do not want anything going off during the middle of the ceremony. Third thing's third. We kindly ask when you are returning to your seats, because everybody is maskless, we do ask, please don't bend down to speak to your friend as you're moving past them after you've gone and collected your certificate. Again, COVID measures, we kindly ask just return directly to your seats. We are going to do, of course, the classic graduation cap toss. This will come at the end. You will be invited to gather around the front of the stage here, and then we'll ask you to turn around so that the live crowd can actually see you do your cap toss as well. There will be plenty and plenty of photos taken throughout the day. You will get access to all of these in a few days after the ceremony, okay? So, you are all going to be presented with what we call a placeholder certificate so that everybody gets the same thing as they walk across the stage, because we know some of you have already collected your original degree certificates for visa purposes, or you just wanted to have it. Not a problem. If you've not yet collected your degree certificate or other graduating documentation, this will be available in the reception area after the ceremony today, okay? You are also more than welcome to keep a copy of the placeholder certificate if you so wish, okay? So, I think I've covered all of the main points. In this case then, I would ask you all to stand. We will begin the ceremony with the academic procession. So if everyone would please get to their feet. Thank you very much.
all be seated. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a true privilege for me to welcome you all to the Berlin School of Business and Innovation graduation ceremony, class of 2022. We welcome today graduates of our 2018, 2019, and 2020 postgraduate cohorts, as well as their families, friends, and BSBI faculty. Today is a very significant and meaningful day in your lives and your careers, and we are absolutely delighted to be able to rejoice with you in your success. At this crossroads, we look back at the journey you had with BSBI and the incredible efforts you have put in to achieve your chosen degree through times of complete disruption, closure of campuses, online studies, lockdowns, all the while most of you have just moved to a new country, a new culture, new language, leaving behind family and friends, uneasy with you being thousands of miles away from home during times of a world pandemic. Resilience is described as the capacity of a person to maintain their core purpose and integrity in the face of dramatically changed circumstances, the ability to not only overcome setbacks, but to also move forward and thrive. Your resilience and incredibly hard work has been an absolute inspiration for all of us. It filled us with energy and motivation to support you the best we could throughout your studies. As Winston Churchill wisely said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. I hope your fighting spirit stays with you in all your future endeavors. I would like now to introduce Professor Dr. Kyriakos Kouveliotis, the Chief Academic Officer and Provost of the Berlin School of Business and Innovation. Professor Kouveliotis has a PhD in European Integration and International Relations awarded by Newcastle University. He has published 12 books and dozens of original scientific articles, as well as a variety of papers concerning political, economical, and educational issues. One of his latest articles, outlining the idea of global degree, published in the UN Chronicle, the official publication of the United Nations, reached 100 million readers. Congratulations, Professor. He has also served as scientific advisor to several ministries in the Greek government and holds various professorships in institutions around the world. Welcome, Professor.
Thank you, Alina, for your kind words. Dear distinguished guests, dear professors, dear BSBI colleagues, dear parents and guests, and above all, dear graduates, I want to welcome you to the first day of the next stage of your life. One of the famous persons that I admire once said the following phrase, which for me is very much appropriate to this event. Following this reference, he said, "Now, this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." Who said that? Winston Churchill in November 1942 and in the middle of the Second World War. Why this is appropriate? Because it shows that what you have completed is a fraction of what you have to do in the future, but also what you will have to face for tomorrow. And this is another form of war. Not with weapons, but with other means. Not with guns, but with skills. Not with bombs, but with technocratic qualities. What we tried to do in BSBI was to prepare you for this war, to equip you with what is necessary in today's world, which is full of new challenges literally every day. We tried to do this during hard times, such as the current pandemic. If we succeeded or not, we will see via your own success starting from tomorrow. One thing is certain, we have tried to do our best and provide you with the best education practices possible. Another thing that is also certain, and I can also reassure you on this, is that we have also learned from you, and even more than you have learned from us. This day belongs to you, your families, and your loved ones. It has been a long journey for all of you to be here with us. You have also encountered unprecedented difficulties at a global stage, such as the pandemic. However, you managed to come out stronger, wiser, and more experienced. I have to note here that the degree that has been awarded to you is not an end goal. It is a beginning of your career. So when we invite you in BSBI in the future to give to new graduates like you a speech, you have to be able to mention not what you have studied, but what you have done. Not your collection of academic titles, but your efforts, wisdom, and experiences. You studied a variety of disciplines, and a lot of what you have studied is about business and management. You should have learned already that in this framework, the most important commodity that exists today is not the financial factor, but time. Your time. You need to protect it and use it wisely. You have to make choices, but always remember that you also have to be chosen in your future career. You have all came from different backgrounds and origins. Many of you, and also your families, has to do certain sacrifices so to come and study with us. When you are chasing your dreams, sometimes hard work is not enough. And these sacrifices come here to fill this gap. Your parents has to work hard to support you. You also had to find jobs to support yourselves. And for this, I admire you. You did all this in the hard way. You did not follow an easy route. And in this way, you also got a glimpse of what there is out there waiting for you. My father used to say to me that first degrees belongs to parents first. Remember that in today's world, learning never stops. A degree does not automatically guarantee that you will find the job of your dreams. It should not be anyway. It is part of the process. The education you received gave you an exposure to new ideas and notions so that you improve your life, but also the life of others. It will help you to break down frontiers and borders. By being in Berlin and in BSBI, you already did that. There are a lot of positive side effects that you have received but not realized yet. However, in the next few months and years, this will appear in front of you. The degree that you will receive today is also a passport that never expires but needs constant updating. Do not forget the words of Benjamin Franklin: an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Allow me now to say some things regarding performance and achievement. You have all studied very hard, you gave exams, you drafted essays, you conducted primary and secondary research in your dissertations, and the epitome of these were the grades you achieved. These grades represent credits, academic units, points measurements, and GPAs. However, I want to ask you from tomorrow to ignore them, as in your next step, they do not measure the most important things. They do not include your personality strength or the inner talents that you have. They do not measure your hard efforts and your focus on goals, the beauty of your thinking, and the wisdom you gain from your mistakes. They do not stress upon your devotion, your ethics, and your courage. They do not reflect on your personal character qualities, your imagination, and your vision. So to paraphrase Robert Kennedy, they measure neither your wit, not your courage, neither your wisdom, not your learning, neither our compassion, not our feelings. They measure everything, in short, except what makes life worthwhile. And they can tell us everything about studies except why we're proud that we studied. In 15, 20 years, you will not remember most of the things you have learned. What is important to keep is the methodology you acquired, the models you learned, and the mentality of a scientist. It is important to remember that 80% of the professions that will dominate the market in the next 20 years, they have not been invented yet. The word innovation in the title of the school is here for a reason. You need to remember that what you have achieved with your studies will always stay with you. It characterizes your efforts, your personality, and how you build yourself. We as professors at BSBI, we are blessed because we have discovered what we love. And this is what we do by teaching you. We probably have the best profession in the world. Your class and every BSBI class is unique to us. You will always have a special place in our hearts. And now is the time that the next day is approaching. Keep the positive elements, keep your memories, cherish your friends you make here, and above all, be confident and value what you have learned. As Barack Obama said, you have to go through life with more than just passion for change. You need a strategy. I'll repeat that. I want you to have passion, but you have to make a strategy as well. Not just awareness, but action. Not just hashtags, but votes. In Hebrew and Yiddish, the phrase for congratulations is mazel tov, which literally means good luck. Congratulations for the hard work you have already had, which brings you to today's commencement. And good luck for what commences now, what BSBI has helped prepare for you, which, as I mentioned already, is the rest of your life. In closing, go out there and do good. Mazel tov and good luck. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you very much for your attention. And now, I want to introduce to the podium our student representative, Mr. Anklin Amadi. Where is Anklin? Come here, please. Anklin was a highly engaged MA student enrolled in our 2019 October MA in International and Tourism Hospitality and Event Management program. He won the second startup competition with his Back to School Africa initiative and collaborated with BSBI to provide 10 scholarships from the Abu Hanifa Academy, a secondary school in Nigeria. I congratulate you on this. The podium is all yours. Well done.
Thank you very much, Professor Kyriakos. And good morning to our esteemed professors, our friends and families, everyone joining us online, and of course, a very good morning to you, my fellow graduates. Before I formally begin my speech, I would like to congratulate the management of BSBI for successfully putting together this very wonderful graduation event, and also a very big congratulations to all of us that are graduating today. Once again, can we put our hands together to this? Thank you. I know that it will be impossible to condense individual experiences in BSBI into one single narrative. So instead, I'll give you my story and hope that it illuminates some kind of light, it illuminates some kind of truth about this university and the transformative experience that really happens here. I moved to Berlin in 2019 to study in BSBI with only two things: a dream and an intense desire to succeed. I came here with ambitions and desires that were way bigger than the person I was, and I hoped that BSBI would be for me the blacksmith that would forge me into that person of quality who is devoid of mediocrity and equipped with the right knowledge and skills, and also the confidence to go after these great dreams of mine and achieve them. And I'm happy to say that this exactly was what BSBI did for me. During my studies, as Professor Kyriakos said, I was opportune to participate in the BSBI Startup Pitch competition. And in this competition, I was able to present my project on how I plan to build a sustainable and progressive African society by providing education empowerment to less privileged children in the most remote communities. On hearing my ideas, our very distinguished professors here made an incredible decision to support these dreams and help me bring my ideas to life. And I'm happy to announce that last year, BSBI supported my organization and provided full study scholarships to 10 girls into one of the best schools in Nigeria. Please, can we give a round of applause to BSBI? This singular action validates BSBI as an institution that not only ensures academic excellence, but also a family that goes the extra mile to ensure that every single one of us succeeds. I'm happy to say also that this partnership with BSBI has opened for me great doors of opportunities and have now rightly positioned me to achieve some of these great dreams that I nurtured while coming to Berlin. For example, because of my partnership with BSBI, I won the Notch Global Impact Award in the Netherlands last year. I won the Lagos State Government Community Development Awards. I was nominated for the Active Citizenship in Education Awards. And to top it all off, I currently work in the product team of Europe's fastest unicorn, Gorillas. My fellow graduates, I'm sure that each and every one of us have a unique BSBI story to tell. I beg your pardon. My fellow graduates, I'm sure that each and every one of us have a unique BSBI story to tell on how our lives have been transformed by this great institution. And what a joy it is that we're all graduating today and moving into a new beginning. But the big question is, what next? What are we going to do with this transformation that we have received from BSBI? I'm sure that most of us will have very ambitious answers to these questions, talking about how we would like to work in the best companies, occupying spectacular positions, or even starting our own businesses, becoming successful and making a tangible impact on humanity. I'm here to tell you that everything you are looking for is also looking for you. All your greatest dreams, all your greatest desires, all the successes and victories that you have ever imagined, they are also looking for you.
Now we have MA in Finance and Investments, Lakshman Reddy, Kami Reddy, Chengal Reddy. Solomon Aday. Veera Venkatesh Quantum. Now MA in International Tourism, Hospitality and Event Management, Amanda Natasha Sebata. Chukwuma Anklin Amadi. Lakhvinder Singh. Rinku. MA Strategic Marketing, Lord Afari Osei. Payal Soni. Now we move to February 2020 intake, Global MBA, Abhijit Singh Sandhu. Akash Vijay Kumar Chikodi. Anaya Alavni. Brahmni Navaratnam. Gambirya Bekanur Subramanya Goda. Harpreet Kaur. Himanshu. Kishan Chand Radhakrishnan Chitra Kumar. Pasan Devinda Nikawalage. Prakash Badi. Sarabjit Kaur Jatana. Sunsia Malan Kavangal Sani. Vinay Kumar. Videshwaran Sasitharan. Now we move to MA in Finance and Investments. Ahmed Abdel Hamid Hassan Soliman Ahmed. Benjamin Asamani. Vaishnavi Srivastava. Varsha Ranghar. Now we move to MA in International Tourism, Hospitality and Event Management. Akar Sarpal. Akashdeep. Amandeep Singh Guram. Mohammad Waqas Tariq. Nikita Ghazali. Shahbaz Ahmed Manzoor Khan. MA in Strategic Marketing, Daryl Viviana Castro Monzon. Ebunoluwa Chioma Miroi. Frank Charles Hudson Odoi. Hansraj. Kwame Khakra Esuman. Raman Saini. Simran Maharajan. Anjali Prabhakar. Harmanjot Kaur. Gigi Laser. Kishore. Otobo Dominic Williams. Rahul Rai. Sharath Babu. I would invite students, if you are here, please come on stage. Shibu Sarkar, October 18. Ashim Khurshid. Meenu Kaur. Skylen. Chukwujike Uzoma. Yavo Bhirbik, Mohammad Anubaru Sadat, Nelly Bole. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Congratulations once again. An extremely, extremely proud moment for all of us, and I'm sure that for your families and friends that are here, but also the ones that could not be here today. And I'm sure on your behalf, as well as ours, you'd be happy for us to extend a really big thank you to all of them who have supported you emotionally, financially, and in any way they could from back home, so you can be here today and celebrate your graduation. So if that's okay, I would like you to give a big, big round of applause to all of your family and friends back home who are not able to be here today. Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Sagi Hartov, the Executive Chairman and co-founder of BSBI. Mr. Hartov is also co-founder and Executive Chairman of London College of Contemporary Art, as well as a world-known cellist. I invite him to the stage to speak next. Thank you.
Good afternoon, alumni and graduates, of course. It is wonderful to welcome you here for the second graduation ceremony of BSBI. And today I saw quite a few of you that joined us in February 2020. And what an intake it was. After you arrived, we just received the bad news that there is a pandemic, and then we had to shut down all the physical classes and to move directly to online. Luckily, our academics and both our partners were equipped to do it within 24 hours. And then within 48 hours exact, all classes moved to online. Now, this is a task that not every institution can do so fast. But the main thing, not every students are welcoming such a medium of instruction. I must tell that the support that we received from yourself to be able to deliver it to you was outstanding. And to see that this graduation have actually 216 graduates, out of which we have here few of them, of course. Not everyone could have come here today. This is an amazing achievement. So round of applause to yourself, not just to be dedicated, but also to graduate during such a time. So, what kind of graduation it is when your friends and family see you over the internet while we read your names? Only very few here have their friends and family here with them. And at the end of the day, just show us a lesson, it taught us a lesson actually, that we are all not just achieved something unique here, but we managed to come to a stranger country, to a different culture. From the names that I heard today, I would believe 99.9% are all internationals. And to come not just to a different location, different country, different language, but also to study without family and friends, it demands a lot of not just confidence, but hard work. Now, this is something that I'm very proud to say that all of you here are quite equipped with. Not just the ability to survive, but also to conquer. By achieving a graduation today, which is a step forward to another step coming, graduation on its own is a step. You are also able now to really start being part of the German community, or if in the case that you are going back home, to be even better for your own communities. And this is something that we had one of the graduates today, Ankil Amadi. You know, it's a fantastic example how one of you, and I'm sure many of you as well, managed to come to another continent, participating in an academic program, and able to support his own friends and families and society in his back country. That's not something that is not accepted or is not acceptable, but this is something that is actually very welcome here in Germany and other European countries, to see how a young person coming here and actually bringing a different culture and attending or able to proceed within integration to the community and support the community with his knowledge, with his experience, with his networking, and the capability to give the community something back. And that's exactly what I think Germany needs. It needs many more young people, professional, educated people, with a capability of multi-language skills, and of course, amazing ability to be independent and to give something to contribute to a better society and to deal with the very much more difficult things that are coming up next in our life. And there are lots of challenges that will come to you in the next days, weeks, and years to come. But you all developed the right skills, and you all had the right networking, and you also been exposed to new cultures. So in that case, I think this society is very lucky to have you here. I would like to say that life brings challenges, but the most important is to battle those challenges. And whatever you do, you need to make sure to set the very high standards on everything you do. And I would say even more, do not be afraid to fail, because this is one of the next steps to success. By having the foundation of your parents' family, of your education in high school, of your understanding of your subjects from the university degree that you just completed, you are able to really change, but encourage and to shape your new employees or your new partners, and really to be a very, strong entrepreneurial persons to build an amazing enterprise. If you will make others follow you and make your dream come true by giving them the right tools, they will make you success. Always surround yourself with the most amazing talents that you can find. There are no competition for you. Those amazing talented people will actually bring you the success that you need. And I'm saying it, believe me, with a lot of experience myself. To be a successful entrepreneur, you need even better talented people next to you. So this is something that I wish all of you always to choose the most entrepreneurial, talented, and ambitious and hardworking people. They will bring you up, and you will bring them as well up with yourselves. So, to finish my short speech, as I could not be here as a teacher, I did not teach any of you, but I was only here implementing the platform for yourself and for the academic teams to be able to have this day. I would like to wish all of you all the best of success, and I hope that I will see you in the future as an alumni as a partners, and of course, why not as a competitors? But I want to wish you all, for now, an amazing year ahead, and congratulations, alumni of 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Sagi. Next, it's an absolute honor to introduce Ambassador Karl-Erik Norrman, who is founder and Secretary General of the European Cultural Parliament, the only pan-European forum for cultural personalities from all sectors of art. As a Swedish diplomat for 30 years, he served in Moscow, Peking, Geneva, and Rome, dealing mainly with foreign policy, trade negotiations, cultural affairs, development cooperation, humanitarian affairs, and the United Nations. Mr. Norrman has also been an opera soloist as a tenor and is the author of more than 30 books. His latest production is an audiobook in English about Richard Wagner and Giuseppe Verdi. I invite Ambassador Norrman to the stage.
Thank you very much, Alina. And thank you, all of you, for inviting me here. It's a great honor. Now, congratulations, all graduates. Congratulations. But I also feel we have to congratulate Sigi Hartov, Kyriakos Kovaliotis, and their colleagues for this fantastic institution. I am really impressed. You have built this institution with these fantastic students and teachers in less than 4 years. And as we hear, and as you all know, you have done it in very hard times, through very many obstacles. So to this, I can only say bravo, or as we would say in Italian opera, bravi. Now, the Berlin School of Business and Innovation is really global. Listening to the names of the graduates, looking into this room, I see a General Assembly of the United Nations. You are coming from, many of you, I feel, are coming from parts of the world where we are most likely to find the future champions of business and innovation and management. And it's important to think about champions and positive results and resilience in these times. We are met with so many negative signals the last 2 years, day by day, in all media, from most politicians, negative signals. We need the positive signals, and such a ceremony like this one is really a positive signal, because I feel that we now have about 200 new graduated students who have a positive spirit and who are prepared to conquer the world. The European Union, where we are right now, and where some of you may stay, I don't know. The performance of Europeans may seem rather modest in terms of business and innovation. The Europeans have been, that's also an example of the negative news or negative signals. There's been a lot of complaint on the European Union recently. They have not handled the COVID-19 crisis well. They have allowed a lot of new nationalism within the union to come up, and there has been some bad feelings after many years of positive feelings in the European Union. But after all, the Europeans have also achieved something in terms of business, innovation, and trade. You might know that 120 countries in the world are applying the norms and the rules in business established by the European Union. For example, the GDPR, the data protection regulations. So there are many fields where the European Union, after all, with all its shortcomings, are setting some rules and norms for the rest of the world. But particularly, I think Europe is appreciated around the world for being the soft power champions. Even that is also not perfect, but you just look around Berlin and you will find, you see everywhere, examples of history, of arts and culture, of lifestyle, of diversity, of course, and also the implementation of European values. In these last 2 years, we have been warned every day for inhaling the aerosols of other people because they may contain virus. But in Berlin, I advise you to walk around and inhale mentally what you find here. You can inhale the European values, which are helpful wherever you continue life in your coming career. The European values of democracy, of human rights, of gender equality, of social equality, of diversity, of respect, and tolerance. So try to practice these values among yourselves, with your peers, your colleagues, and so on, and also in your career. They are important and they are useful. We are speaking these days, many academic institutions are talking seriously about a crisis for democracy, and at the same time, a kind of a springtime for authoritarianism. Well, I might be now the third person today who referred to Winston Churchill. He said, among so many other things, that democracy is not a very good system of governance, but it's better than all other systems. So that is one of the problems. I used to call democracy the art of carrying disappointment. Doesn't sound very sexy, does it? But it is about compromising. It is about trust to the other, even trust to some extent to your opponent. It's about dialogue rather than conflict. It is also about a kind of a social contract between citizens. This goes for the whole administration of a country, but it also goes, of course, for a big company or for a smaller company. A kind of social contract based on trust. You are not taking for granted that the guy next to you is going to betray you. You take it for granted. You are assuming that he or she is a good guy. So social contract instead of hatred and polarization. I have seen in your curriculum that you also have ethics as part of your studies. And here's another aspect which I think is important these days. In the last few decades, individualism has been growing. You know, it's about me, myself, or I. And it's perhaps also a kind of an Instagram or social media phenomena. It's almost about showing how good I am in what wonderful dress I bought, or how I look today, or what I eat, or, you know, it's me all the time. And here again, an advice. I'm sure you have been so involved in your studies, you have not had time to spend all the time on, let's say, on rubbish in your mobile telephone. But try to see yourself in a broader perspective. Cooperate. Of course, business, you could say, is something very individualistic. It's based on an individualistic feeling, but cooperation is important. Another piece of advice for your future journey, look at history. You know, some people, I have students at another institutions here in Berlin at the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy, and some of the youngest of them have the feeling that history starts somewhere around 2005 when Facebook was presented. But there is a history even before 2004, 2005. It is even a history before the fall of the Berlin Wall, important. I advise a wonderful form of history, which I believe belongs to the future. Please do also develop your artistic skills. That is important for your life, for your soul, and for your success in life. You feel better if you do it. You may also have other kind of analog hobbies than arts or music and so on, but don't leave them aside. Keep sticking to them. Keep doing it, because they will help you in your professional life. I will say, finally, I was so impressed, moved by Mr. Ahmadi, who presented his vision and where he has already been able to materialize part of this vision, because it happens to be very close to my heart. I'm about to be involved in a project about empowerment of young women and girls in Africa, in African countries. I would love to speak to Mr. Ahmadi afterwards. These are very important issues for the future. There's a lot to do for young women and girls for the future. That is perhaps one of the keys to a better world. With this word and with some advice and with a lot of congratulations, I wish you all the best. The world will need your creativity, will need your innovation skills. So good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador, for the very, very kind words and advice to all of our graduates, which I'm sure will come in very handy. I believe we have one more student that has arrived very late, and we, of course, do not want to leave anyone out, and we will therefore, I'll ask my colleague to let us know the name.
I would like to invite on stage from October 19 intake, Global MBA, Harvinder Kaur.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
I had to correct myself. Our lovely student was on time. Unfortunately, we left a name out, and apologies for that, but I'm glad we rectified that. Now, very quickly, a few things before we finish. Anybody that has not collected their certificates, these will be available outside for you, so please do not forget to pick it up today. Once again, very, very many thanks to Ambassador and to all the speakers of today who has given you great advice and guidance going forward. I ask you, there's one lovely last thing that I invite you to do, which is to gather in front of the stage and face the camera at the back. That's where the rest of your families and friends are looking at you from. And we will throw the caps in the air to celebrate. After this, I'll ask you then kindly to return to your seats for the academic procession to take place. And the last thing, we'll invite you to a refreshment outside. So if I can ask you all to gather around the stage area and face the camera at the back. Thank you. We will have the photographer, so we'll prompt you as soon as we're ready to capture the lovely moment. You can step back a little bit, just a little bit so other colleagues have room as well. If we could have the lights on as well, please, I'd be grateful. Thank you. If more of you could come around here, it'd be really, really good just to, yeah. If you could come from the sides a little bit, just so we can capture all of you, yes? Fantastic. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. I ask you to kindly take your seats. Kindly take your seats so we can close the ceremony with the academic procession, and then we'll be able to have some drinks and rejoice outside. Thank you.